Relationships are extremely difficult. Very few healthy relationships really exist, especially healthy intimate relationships. I'm going to focus mainly on romantic love and marriage, although one can develop love addiction in any relationship, even between friends. Love addiction is about starvation and desperation. It's about self-love rather than really seeing the other person for who they are. Martin Buber talked about an I-thou relationship, and that type of love is a very, very mature love. In that type of love, a person perceives that the other person is unique, different, and valuable in their own right. The beloved is seen as a person with their own needs rather than an object for use. Few people are able to show that type of love on a consistent basis, but that is what people are really looking for in any relationship. Unfortunately, our culture often promotes self-love or addictive love, the immature and possessive kind of love. Love addiction is about being out of balance. It's about needing somebody too much. It's about joining in fantasy rather than seeing that other person and valuing them for who they are. In love addiction, a person doesn't really even have to like that other person. All they have to do is have that feeling of love that needs to be fed. It is more about self-love than the action of love. The action of love is caring about another human being, even to the point where at appropriate times they would actually put themselves in a secondary position to help the other person. Mature love is about intimacy, and in addictive love, it is all about intensity. Often in our culture, there is a feeling that our partners owe us something. The fact is that no one owes us a thing. Each of us is a separate human being, and to understand relationships, one has to look at how people develop and begin to individuate. The first need a baby experiences is to belong and to feel safe. A baby is absolutely helpless and needs someone to take care of them 24 hours a day if they're going to live, and certainly if they're going to thrive. Luckily, nature provides for a baby. Babies have a very tiny body and they have an extremely large head with extra large eyes. It just so happens that their pupils are dilated. They are dilated completely and they are dilated all the time. It's interesting to note that the way people become attracted to each other sexually is when they see each other's pupils dilate ever so slightly. That's a signal that there's a mutual attraction. Since babies' eyes are dilated all the time, whenever a baby is in the room, people tend to focus on them. They fawn all over them and coo and talk in baby talk. If a baby cries, people feel distressed and immediately reach to pick up the baby. It is nature's way of keeping a baby safe and giving them a sense of instant belonging. There is another thing that nature does that is very helpful for babies. Babies are totally egocentric, and that means there's no real perceived separation between them and, let's say, the couch or the fish tank or other people. A baby has the perception that they are one with the universe. Because of this perception, a baby will tend to feel secure. However, they still have to have their belonging needs met. They have hopefully two parents, but at least one major caretaker who is taking care of their own particular individual needs to such a degree that they're able to give a tremendous amount of love and attention to the child. However, this is rare. Most parents are quite needy and they don't have a lot of spare strength and attention to give. For our discussion, imagine the ideal parent or the perfect parent, even though there really is no such thing. These two parents are absolutely focused on the child. They decided to have a child out of choice and not out of accident or whim. They've taken care of their needs sufficiently so that financially, emotionally, and physically, they're relatively set. And that enables them to really focus on the child and what the child needs. So the child is conceived and brought up and nurtured in love. A child needs emotional and physical safety. They need a house or a roof over their heads. They need to be fed. They need to be picked up, and they need to be nurtured. They need to feel as if they're really safe, and they need to feel they are truly wanted. This means that the parents must be very, very secure.